Hidden crypto gems about to explode. Pi Network, XRP, SUI massive moves coming soon. While the whole crypto world is celebrating Bitcoin breaking $95,000 and Solana meme coins exploding, there's something much bigger brewing beneath the surface. A hidden opportunity that hasn't even shown its real power yet. Pi Network, XRP, Sway, these aren't just random coins anymore. They are sitting at critical tipping points right now, and the next moves could shock the entire market. Most investors are looking at the headlines, but the real smart money is paying attention to what's happening quietly behind the scenes. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you why the so-called boring coins might actually deliver the biggest gains and why missing out now could be one of the biggest regrets of 2025. Stay tuned, because this is not just another hype video. This could be your roadmap to spotting the next big crypto breakout before it happens. Last week was nothing short of explosive for the cryptocurrency market. Bitcoin shattered expectations by crossing above $95,000 for the first time in over a month, bringing a fresh wave of excitement across the industry. This surge came on the back of a somewhat vague but market-moving statement by U.S. President Donald Trump, who claimed that trade negotiations with several countries were progressing without offering any specifics. Whether or not there is real substance behind these trade talks almost didn't matter to crypto investors. The mere hint of progress was enough to set off a bullish frenzy. At the same time, Solana's ecosystem witnessed a spectacular rise. Meme coins based on Solana exploded, pushing their total market capitalization to over $10 billion. That's an incredible figure and a testament to the explosive potential of crypto communities when momentum and speculation collide. But while everyone's eyes were locked on these obvious moves, more strategic investors were quietly watching less flashy, but potentially more rewarding opportunities. One such opportunity revolves around Sway, a top Layer 1 network that has been one of the strongest performers recently. Over the past few weeks, the Sway token climbed to $3.80, reaching its highest level since February 1st. That's a mind-blowing 110% jump from its lows earlier in the month. The primary driver behind this rally was the massive surge in activity across the Sway ecosystem. Top-performing meme coins operating within its network skyrocketed, boosting weekly decentralized exchange volumes by over 60%. Protocols on Sway collectively processed more than $3.43 billion in volume over the last 7 days alone, pushing monthly transactions above the $11 billion mark. There's no doubt that Sway has been on a tear. But even the hottest rallies often face roadblocks. And for Sway, that roadblock could come in the form of a major token unlock scheduled for Thursday. This upcoming event will release roughly $120 million worth of tokens into the market. Historically, token unlocks tend to lead to temporary price corrections because they increase the circulating supply, creating dilution. The technical indicators support this caution too. The daily chart shows that the Sway token is now heavily overbought, with the Relative Strength Index, RSI, soaring to 77. When the RSI reaches these elevated levels, it usually signals that a pullback is near. It wouldn't be surprising to see Sway retreat to retest the key support level around $2.81, aligning perfectly with the neckline of its recent double bottom pattern. Meanwhile, another major name, XRP, is positioning itself at a make-or-break moment. As of Sunday, XRP was trading at approximately $2.17, a crucial level for two major technical reasons. First, it aligns with the 50-day exponential moving average, which has historically acted as a strong resistance zone. Every time XRP has approached this moving average over the past few months, it has struggled to break through. Second, the current price level sits directly against a descending trendline that connects the series of lower highs since mid-January. This formation, known as a descending triangle, is generally seen as a bearish pattern in technical analysis. If XRP manages to break above both the slanted trendline and the 50-day moving average, it would invalidate the bearish outlook implied by the descending triangle. A successful breakout could unleash a wave of bullish momentum. But if XRP fails to clear these critical barriers, we could see a steep decline toward the lower boundary of the triangle, which sits near $1.94. Traders and investors alike are watching XRP closely this week because whichever direction it chooses next could define its trend for weeks to come. And now, perhaps the most interesting story of them all, the Pi Network. Unlike Bitcoin, Solana, or even Sway, the Pi network remained eerily calm throughout last week's crypto surge. Its price hovered around $0.6350, barely budging while the broader market rallied. At first glance, this might seem like a bad sign. After all, why wouldn't Pi participate in the rally? But look closer, and you'll realize that periods of tight consolidation like this often precede explosive moves. Think of it like this: when a coin consolidates for an extended period, it's building energy. It's coiling like a spring, waiting for the right catalyst to unleash that stored power. And Pi might be on the brink of getting exactly the catalyst it needs. Speculation is heating up that HTX, a major cryptocurrency exchange known for its ties to Justin Sun, is preparing to list Pi. In fact, HTX has been dropping hints on social media that a Pi listing is imminent. If this rumor becomes reality, it could be the spark that ignites Pi's next big rally. Historically, new exchange listings have a massive impact on token prices. We've seen it time and again: coins surge by double-digit or even triple-digit percentages when they get listed on major platforms. In Pi's case, an HTX listing would open the floodgates to millions of potential new buyers overnight. Combine that with Pi's tight price consolidation, and you have a setup that could result in a massive parabolic move. Technically, Pi's price structure is solid too. The coin has maintained its support levels firmly, refusing to break down even when market sentiment wavered. The longer it holds steady, the greater the likelihood that the next move will be explosive. Smart investors know that patience during consolidations often pays off big time. If Pi breaks out from its current zone, the next logical targets would be $1, $2, and potentially even higher if real momentum and FOMO enter the picture. But Pi, Sway, and XRP aren't the only tokens worth keeping an eye on this week. Several other projects are on the verge of major moves. Cetus Protocol, Maverick Protocol, Optimism, Pendle, and Morpho all have significant token unlock events scheduled. These unlocks could temporarily push prices down, but they also create buying opportunities for those who know where to look. Timing is everything when it comes to token unlocks, and savvy investors often use these windows to accumulate positions at a discount. There's also a major infrastructure update happening this week. Binance Smart Chain, BSC, is set to launch its Lawrence upgrade. This could breathe new life into BSC-based projects, many of which have lagged behind during the recent market rally. Major network upgrades often improve scalability, security, and user experience, all of which are critical for attracting both developers and users. When you step back and look at the big picture, it's clear that this week could be a turning point for several key areas of the crypto market. While headlines are dominated by Bitcoin's new all-time highs and the explosion of Solana meme coins, some of the most lucrative opportunities might lie in the assets that are quietly building strength beneath the surface. Pi Network, XRP, and Sway represent different sectors of the market, different narratives, but they share one thing in common: they are all perched at critical technical and fundamental levels. Each could easily become the next big story. The only question is whether you'll be positioned before the breakout happens or left chasing once it's already too late. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to smash that like button. It really helps push this content out to more people who could benefit from it. Also, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think Pi Network will explode after a major exchange listing? Will XRP finally shatter its descending trend line? What's your call for Sway after the token unlock? Drop your predictions in the comments. I'm replying to as many as I can. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, because the next crypto opportunity could be just one video away. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.